Hello and welcome. This is Lisa Neller here. I want to welcome you back to the fourth video in our 4-video series of Your Reinvention Adventure. Reinvention Adventure. And today what we're going to do is set a new and adventurous course for your future. So the first thing I want you to do is feel the reinvention in your body. Imagine your future as if it's already happened. So I want you to think about feeling that, and then I want you to see the possibilities that are in front of you and all around you. And we're going to talk about possibilities a little bit later. I am going to refer to, I've got notes here, so I'm going to refer to my notes a little bit. But I wanted to, first of all, I wanted to say that this is not about reinventing your personality or who you are at your core. This is about reinventing your life and charting a course for some new activities and some new goals and things like that. But I wanted to address, what's important as an empty nester. And there are 3 things that I think are important as you're in this stage, getting ready for the next few decades in your life. And the first one is to become your most authentic and powerful self. That might take some inner work. So become your most authentic and powerful self. And when you are in a place of inner power and strength, I'm not talking about overpowering other people or anything like that. I'm talking about super connectivity with who you are at your core, what you love to do, your authentic being. Number 2 is to utilize your creativity. And this is so important because it brings us so much joy to be creative and to create things that we want. I like to think of it as co-creating with God, but also when you create stuff, you inspire other people. So it's a win-win all the way around. And the third thing is that you need to pass on your wisdom to the next generation. We call it generativity, or I've heard it called generativity by Angela Sarian, who I studied in her series, The Second Half of Life. And she says that in all cultures, she's a cultural anthropologist, and in all cultures, these 3 things are important, and passing on your wisdom to the next generation is very important. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about being an empty nester. Now, there are 4 parts to this video, or 4 parts to the exercises I would like you to do. Hope you got your PDF out. Kind of looks like this. And part 1 is, I want you to start by asking yourself a few questions and writing the answers in the space on your PDF. You can use separate paper if you want. But here are the questions. What do I love to do? What do I love to do? It could be anything: painting, singing, acting, camping, cooking, reading, doing yoga. I mean, whatever it is that you love to do, write it down. Number 2, what am I good at? Or what do I want to get better at doing? So what am I good at? What do I want to get better at doing? It could be one of those, both of those, any combination of that, okay? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Number 3, that's number 3. What legacy do I want to leave behind? How do I want to be remembered? So think of your memorial service. Hate to say that, but it's kind of true. Like when you go, you want to leave something behind. Most people do. So think about what that would look like. Number 4, what obstacles do I believe are in my way? What obstacles do I believe are in my way? And your obstacles could be time, money, energy, motivation, other people, those kinds of things. So whatever you feel like, what's standing in your way from doing what you want, I want you to write those down. And then the 5th question, this is the last question. What needs to happen in order for me to create my legacy? In other words, what actions could I take in order to create my legacy? What could I do? So that's some reflective work right there. Okay, now part 2, we're going to move on because you can do some of this work later. Part 2 is create a plan for the one area you want to improve from the day 2 video. So if you remember, we looked at 9 areas, and I wanted you to pick one where you rated your satisfaction with it between 1 and 10. And if it was below a 5, I wanted you to select that one and decide that's the one I'm going to work on. You can work on more than one. However, I think it's really good to focus on one at first and in the beginning. Okay, so you're going to write down what area that is, and specifically, what do you want to, change about it. So let's just say it's money, okay? Let's just say you feel like you don't have enough money. You're always stressed about money. If it's money, put down how much money you think would make you comfortable and perfectly happy. What would be the perfect amount of money? Then I want you to brainstorm ideas. Write down on paper, how could I make more? How can I make more money? Do I get a second job? Do I start a side business? Some people call it a side hustle business. You could, go back to school so that you get a degree, so that in your field you have an opportunity for advancement to make more money, those kinds of things. There's lots of ideas. You could sell stuff on eBay. I mean, it's kind of endless. What would your life look like if you had all the money you needed? What would it look like? Now, I want you to include a deadline as to when you're going to make these improvements in this area. Okay, so when exactly would you like to see an improvement? How will you accomplish this goal? So start to get selective then. And after brainstorming, start to narrow it down. How am I going to accomplish this? What action steps will you take? What action steps will you take? Because there's always an action step to accomplish a goal. You're going to have to do that if you want to accomplish a goal. Then you're going to list any and all possibilities, for action steps, okay? Then you're going to take your action steps and you're going to start to put them on your calendar. So Monday, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start looking for a new job. By Friday, I'm going to have my resume ready. By whatever. And also have a goal on your calendar as to when you plan to increase that income. Okay. Now, of course, this is just one area out of the 9, so it could be a lot of different things that you're interested in improving. Just get super specific. I've given you some space to write that down. Let's move on to part 3. Part 3 is, I'd love for you to write your ideal life vision using 4 out of the 9 areas that we talked about on day 2. So 4 out of the 9, you could do 5 or 6 or 7, but I want you to do a minimum of 4. And just ideally, what does your life look like if it's perfect in those 4 areas? And write it as if it's already happened, like in the present tense. Like, I'm sailing the ocean blue on my new sailboat, or I'm traveling to Venice, or whatever it is you want to have happen in your life. Be as specific as you can, okay? And allow yourself to dream big. Allow yourself to dream big. Look at what is possible, not probable, okay? Because probable can be changed. But possible is just, it's wide open. So it helps you to open up your brain about it. Think about what you love to do, what you want to get better at, and what that looks like in your very successful life. Okay? So you have a lot of space to write in. And I want you to get adventurous here. Okay? So when I say that, I mean, think about how you can add adventure into your plan. So let's say you want to travel more and you want to go skydiving, or you want to travel more and maybe you want to go to a retreat if you've never been to a retreat. So just think of something that's fun and adventurous for you. All right, part 4. We're almost near the end. I have another mantra gift for you. This is very powerful. I call it my possibility mantra. So I've given this to you in the PDF, and I think it's going to open your mind to see the infinite creative potential that lies within. And here they are. So the first one is, oh, by the way, you're going to sit quietly for 10 minutes minimum to 30 minutes, like however long you can do this. Just incrementally, you can add minutes. You don't have to do it all at once. But I open my mind to all the possibilities. That's your first part of the mantra. I open my mind to all the possibilities. I look for all the possibilities. So you're actually going to include your senses. I look for all the possibilities. I see all the possibilities. I listen for all the possibilities. And I hear all the possibilities. And then finally, I choose the possibilities that feel right for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small sentences that you can memorize. And then you'll close your eyes and you'll repeat those over and over and over again until your alarm goes off. I always set my alarm for meditation because I could just sit there forever probably, but you can't. You got to get on with life, right? So set your alarm and do it. Start with 5 minutes and then 10. Finally, be aware of the gremlins. You know, that voice inside of you that is, I call it your inner monologue, the one that tells you you're not good enough, the one that tells you that you can't do things, the one that just, it's tricky, and your mind is programmed and it's stubborn, and it takes a long time to reprogram your mind to create new thoughts and new habits and things like that. So you need to reprogram your mind to tell it what's possible. And to think in terms of reality. So that's something I want you to really be aware of. I want you to talk back to that nasty voice and do not let it guide you any longer. Be firm. Take charge and be strong. You can do it. All right, so I want to thank you for allowing me to walk you through this journey. And if you've enjoyed the experience, then please consider sharing it with a friend or someone that you care about. But if you want to go deeper with this work and you'd like to share some time with me, I offer a free complimentary coaching call. It's called Breakthrough to You Complimentary Coaching Call. And it's 20 to 30 minutes, and you can access that on my website at lisanellercoaching.com. And on the PDF, there's a link that will take you to the page where you can contact me and set up that time. What I like to do, I don't have a calendar on the website, but I like to just connect with you. So make sure you put your email and phone number on there so that we can connect and schedule an appointment that's convenient for both of us. And it's free. There's no charge. I love doing them, and I hope that even a short amount of time, coaching time, will be beneficial to you. So thanks again for watching and participating. Please do the work. Please apply what it is you've learned here, because there's a lot of consumption going around, and if you don't apply it, it's not going to help you. So you got to actually do some of the work. So thank you and good luck, and take care. Bye-bye.